Um,
So
NFL.
NFL.
Let's get into it, man. It's the last time we discussed our NFL, we did our contenders, pretenders. Um, some of those have changed,
Yes.
um, but I still want to do them. Also, want to go through that. We have 2 weeks left, right, in the season, or
No,
one
we're
week. Is this
we're
week?
down to
Is
the
this final week?
final week.
My God,
Yep,
where did it go? Oh man.
it went by so quick.
So we
It
have
was so
majority of our
fun.
playoffs fit. So we're
Mhm.
waiting on how many positions the AFC needs, one or two.
Yeah. So we don't know the AFC South winner. The AFC South winner, the second place, will not be able to finish in a playoff spot. So Saturday
Ooh.
night we have the flex game of your Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. As the winner is winning, you're in. The seven seed is to be determined by the Patriots, Dolphins, or Steelers. The Patriots are in with a win over the Bills this weekend.
Not
The
gonna happen.
Dolphins need a win over the Jets with a Bengals. Or, I'm sorry. The Dolphins need a win over the Jets combined with a Patriots loss to the Bills and a Steelers loss to the Browns. The Steelers need a win versus the Browns, plus a Dolphins loss to the Jets and a Patriots loss to the Bills to get into the playoffs. So AFC is still got a little bit to go. The seven seed for the NFC is also the same kind of ordeal. So you got Seattle, Detroit, and Green Bay. Green
Ooh.
Bay is winning you're in because they play the Lions, um, and that's winning you're in for them.
For the
Seahawks, they if they win, they are in. I believe. Um, I'd have to
Who would
look
have
at
thought
the
that
tiebreaker scenario.
at the
But
beginning of the
Packers play the
season?
Lions. They need a win. Um,
Where's
and
that
then
game at?
that game is in Lambeau. So Aaron
Oh
Rodgers
God,
might be that bad man to go to the two seed.
damn.
But the seeding is up for grabs in the NFC. Like if the Eagles lose next week or this weekend against the Giants, they play the Giants, I think.
Yeah, they play the
The
Giants.
Giants aren't playing anyone, so it's good for the Eagles. But if they lose and the Cowboys win, and I think that if they just win and the Cowboys or the Cowboys win and the Eagles lose, they get the one seed.
The Cowboys?
Yeah. Did the 49ers beat the Cowboys this year? They didn't play them, did they?
No, they didn't play.
They'd have to go to win percentage over the conference. So I'd have to look into that to see what happens. But I know that Dallas is still alive for the one seed, and they're the five seed right now. And Philly can drop to the five seed depending on a certain scenario that happens. Um,
Let's look it up.
so
I'm
it's
interested
wild.
now.
The only thing that's locked in is the Bucks at the four seed because they won the South.
Yeah, they won the South.
And
what
the
a
sorry,
You know what's funny
the Giants are
is
in the six seed locked.
Giants 6 seed log. I didn't expect the Giants from the beginning of this year.
Brian
I
Dayball, coach of the
I didn't
year.
see Giant Ball. Yeah, he to get that team to go 6-0 and then maintain the ship and
Mhm.
keep it up afloat and then get in a wild card spot. Like, good on you.
Yeah, he what he's done with it's not much of a different team. I mean, they
No,
drafted Kayvon Thibodeau up there, and then um, didn't they draft the lineman? Was it the lineman they took? They
yeah,
had
they
like
took a
two top
lineman
draft
in
picks. Yeah,
Thibodeau, and then Wandell Robinson who got hurt.
yeah.
So
They
it's
had
the
a
same
really
team.
yeah really good rookie class um, by the Giants, but not much changed from the team that they had last year.
Yeah.
Um, so
So Dallas is 12-4, and Phillies are 13-3.
mm,
So if Dallas wins and Philly loses, they are tied together
mm,
in the division. So then it goes down to division
Yeah.
wins.
Yep. Okay.
And I believe they're both tied in the division wins. Then it goes, I guess, overall opponent.
hmm Yeah, it
So,
goes by win percentage in the conference, I believe,
and,
actually.
which I think they're both tied.
Oh, and then it goes down to something else.
It
I don't
goes,
know.
it goes down to like if they played the AFC South, which they did. So then if they whatever their overall record against the AFC South was,
Okay.
which I believe the Phillies, not the Phillies, the Eagles.
The Phillies.
I believe the
Um,
Eagles are 3-0 against the South.
shout out the Phillies. They
Good for
made it to the
them.
World Series. Good for them.
Yeah,
Phillies having an awesome year. Like good
Phillies
for
having a good year. They deserve it. Once every 10. Yeah. Either way, you're gonna have a 13 win team as a wild card.
yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That's stupid.
So if
That,
the I got the playoff simulator up right now. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna.
and then you got the freaking Bucks 8-8 doing exactly what Tom Brady wanted them to do. Just
Yeah.
ride
Just
into
let's
this
get to the
thing.
playoffs and
Let's just
we're
get to the
good.
playoffs and just rip it out.
Yeah, this just crazy.
You have
Okay,
two
so
8-8 AFC NFC teams.
there is a scenario where San Fran is the 1 seed.
How?
That scenario is a win for the 49ers. Washington beats Dallas, and then the Eagles lose to the Giants. That's the 1 seed for them.
So that's
But
what we need.
yep,
We need
if the
that.
Eagles win, they get the 1 seed.
Leave the number
Um,
one.
but if you go Vikings win. Where are they at?
They're 12 and
Vikings over the
4.
Bears this weekend,
Yeah.
and then you get the Cowboys over the Commanders, the Eagles over the Giants, and San Fran over it. So if everyone wins, San Fran would be the 2, Minnesota the 3, Dallas be going to their old folks and Father Time down in Tampa
Which is
as
dangerous.
a 13-win team visiting
13 wins in
9-win
nine
team.
and nine and 8.
Yeah,
And
9
then
and
you'll have I feel like the Packers are gonna beat the Lions. So you have an 9 and 8 Packers team going and playing
the friggin'
the
13-4
13-4
San
San
Francisco.
Francisco.
Isn't that hilarious? Which
And
would
history
expedite
has
Aaron
proven
Rodgers out of the playoffs because he can't be the 49ers.
because history has proven anytime the Packers play San Francisco in San
They're done.
Francisco, the Packers win.
Yeah. What happens if Arizona? Okay, so if Arizona, oh man, that would suck. If Arizona beats San Fran, then the Green Bay would have to go to Minnesota. Minnesota would be so mad if they saw Aaron Rodgers after what he did to
After
them.
we just did to him last week, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Because that won't be a 1 o'clock game. They won't slot that for prime time Kirk Cousins. Like the 1 o'clock Kirk Cousins needs that to be at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly.
They will
That,
choke.
that is crazy. The playoffs are going to be fun. The AFC, there's a lot to unpack, especially with what happened last night on Monday
last night,
Football, which there was just an update on DeMar Hamlin. He is doing better than about 2 hours ago. Cameron Wolf spoke with Hamler's uncle, said that he is on a nephew, but his oxygen has been to 50%. He's been needing 100% since leaving the field
Well, that's good.
last night. He is still sedated, and they're recovering him. Their focus is to recover him to be able to breathe on his own and healing his lungs, which obviously they performed CPR on him for 10 minutes. His lungs were obviously working overtime, and between the trauma of the hit and CPR, like it's gonna take some time for him, which is why they have postponed the game and will not play this week. And it's just you saw Josh Allen, he was hyperventilating
Yeah.
the first commercial break yesterday when they came back, and no one really
The question is does the league need to play that game?
there's there's speculation that depending on how the weekend goes, the NFL would be able to just push back wild card weekend an extra week,
Extra
and
week.
then use that Pro Bowl week as like the championship weekend. But screw the Pro Bowl, like
It's
we
just
don't
touch
need that.
football,
Like
whatever.
it's literally flag
Yeah,
football this year.
yeah.
It's 7-on-7. So I think we'll get an update next week, but man, that
I
situation
mean,
left.
it's a seeding game because Cincinnati's 11-4 and Buffalo's 12-3.
Yeah, like
It's a
there's
seeding game.
it depends what happens in the Ravens Bengals game this weekend.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, how are the Ravens 10-6?
yeah,
I don't understand.
without Lamar,
How is Pittsburgh 8-8? I think
Mike Tomlin is the best coach in the NFL.
he's the best coach in the last 20 years.
Kenny Pickett has like 6 touchdowns and 9 interceptions in like 12 games that he's played, and they're just winning games.
Doesn't matter. He wins.
It makes zero sense at all.
I will fight anybody that says Mike Tomlin is not
I
a good
would
coach.
I would murder for Mike Tomlin to
Mike
come to
Mike
Cleveland.
Tomlin's the man. He is the man.
It's so frustrating. He's so good. But that brings me to this weekend's Browns game against the Steelers. We played spoiler last weekend against Washington, and this week we're playing spoiler against Pittsburgh. Like we need this game so bad, and it was a rough year with the whole Deshaun suspension and losing to the Jets up 14 with a minute and a half to play, and they had no timeouts, and missing a field goal to beat the Chargers, and just all these one-score games that just didn't go the Browns' way this year. But if you can spoil two teams' playoff chances in back-to-back weeks, number one, it shows that your team wants to play. They didn't quit on the coach. That is huge. And number two, if you can eliminate Pittsburgh from the playoffs in Cleveland, that is what these guys need to do and what they want to do. And Deshaun Watson showed up last week in the second half. I think
that pass
close out
to Cooper.
Yeah, the out route that he ran up. Okay, that great throw.
That was a snapshot of what we saw 3 years ago.
Yeah,
it's there. He's going to take him a while.
Yeah, it took him 18 quarters to get back to the Deshaun that we saw, and he's high stepping like he was, making plays in the pocket. The pass rush got to him; he had to escape. Like Deshaun and the Browns need him to show up in this last game. Like this 6 games when we were 4-7, this was for him to get his feet back and really just knock off all that rust. It sucks we couldn't make a playoff run. We wanted to go 5-6 and have a chance with him, but at the end of the day, whatever. We'll run it back next year, and this can be a point where if the Browns win this game, they'll be 4-2 in the division against the Ravens, a really good division. The Ravens, the Bengals, and the Steelers. They would have the best record of any of the teams in the division versus the division, which is huge for next year for when Deshaun has a full offseason, new weapons, all this time in the offense. So I'm looking for, even though we're not going to be in the playoffs, I am looking forward to the end of this season on Sunday.
Yep. It's played out quite nicely. The NFL script writers, once again, they should win an Emmy for their beautiful script writing.
Yeah.
Because who'd have thunk it that your flex game on Saturday is going to be a Titan Jacksonville Jaguar game. Winner takes the division. And you have the story behind that is Tannehill's not even playing. It's Josh Dobbs.
Joshua freaking Dobbs.
The Tennessee legend.
It's going to be a fun game.
He didn't look bad against the Cowboys.
No, he did not. He did not look bad.
He did not look bad.
He went through progressions. There was guys that were dropping balls. He was stepping up on third down. He was making the right reads. Like there was a lot to say about Dobbs.
He's been in the league for over 5 years now.
Yeah, and you know where he was at? He learned under Mike Tomlin.
He
Like he
run with Mike
sat
Tomlin for 3
behind
years.
Big Ben and just was on the sidelines
Yeah.
for it. Like the dude's an aerospace
He's a freaking
4.0
aeronautical
Tennessee. Yeah,
engineer.
he's literally like NASA wants him to stop playing
So
football
he can come
so
work
they
for
can
them.
hire him. Like
Yeah.
again,
So so him being a Titan is huge for the fan base.
yep, yeah,
Because they love
love the
obviously
Vols.
the Vols, right? So he's just a well-known commodity, and it's better to have him with the reins than Malik Willis, just
Yeah,
because
because he looks lost.
he looks lost in the sauce. Like Josh had his progressions, he looked really good, but they didn't play everybody. They literally set out everybody
Yeah.
could sit out, and they're all playing this game, and it's going to be pretty much the Derrick Henry show in his hometown of Jacksonville,
Okay.
because that's where he's from. He's from Yulee,
Yeah.
which is just up the road. And there's one thing I know about Derrick Henry is his best runs of his career have come against Jacksonville.
Jacksonville and Houston.
Yeah. And it's going to be murder row, and all Josh has to do is literally hit the quarterback rollout in play actions and hit his tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the game plan changing very much.
Yeah. They just need to control the pace of play
and pace of play. Keep long drives that they're used to.
Don't get into the shootout.
No, don't get a shootout. Burke, he looked good last week.
Yeah.
So we're going to see a lot of Burke. We're going to see a lot of the tight end play and a lot of double, 3 to 2 tight end sets. Mm-hmm. So pretty much, Darren, hey, go ahead and try to stop me.
Yep.
I believe Jacksonville's having a great year. They're ahead of schedule to me with Doug Peterson as their head coach. They have a really good. I feel like if they do win, they'll get blown out first round.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Titans win this one. They host who they host? They'll host the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that, and they played the Chargers early this year to a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want them. I just want them to play the Ravens.
Jackson DeVille, though. I mean, Jackson DeVille is going to be dressed up and getting rowdy
and getting in your head, man. That little freaking dude.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be dressed up to the max.
Yeah, the playoff picture for the AFC: Kansas City by Buffalo, Cincinnati. Let's say Tennessee wins. They're at the 4. So then it goes Chargers, Ravens, New England at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So them being the 4, they would play who?
They would play the 5.
Yeah, so they're playing the Chargers.
Yeah.
I like them against the Chargers than them against Lamar and Baltimore.
Yeah.
They played them 3 years in a row, man.
And they had them.
They had them the first year.
But also, like, Lamar, do we know if Lamar is playing this week?
I have no clue.
Like, they have clinched a playoff spot. Like,
he should sit.
He's sat for a month and a half already, though.
They clinched. Whatever, didn't matter.
Yeah.
I feel like if the Titans win, that momentum will carry them to the Charger game. They'll beat the Chargers as a revenge game from earlier this year. And then they'll carry on and play Cincy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that. And they played Cincinnati already this year. It was a really tight game. And that was a rematch from last year's game where Cincy got those picks against Tannehill.
Yeah.
So the AFC to me, we can play contender pretender right now as we segue into our last segment. So, Kansas City. Contender. They're contender. They look so good. It's insane.
I'll take them versus the field.
Yeah, versus the field. Buffalo, contender pretender.
I mean, they've just been, not to be insensitive, but their defense has just been dropping like flies.
Ever since
the Von Miller.
Yeah.
And even after last night with Yeah, because Hamlin's been playing great for them.
Mhm.
He's been locked down in the secondary as the safety next to Poyer. He's been incredible.
They still don't
But
have a running game.
yeah, they still don't have a running game, which is one of my biggest pet peeves of them. Like you don't use Josh Allen as a running back. Like I know it works for him, but it hasn't won him a Super Bowl. So prove me wrong.
I
But
think Jacksonville can beat them.
I right now I think if they played anyone in the playoffs,
Yeah.
like even the first drive last night, Joe Burrow just marched right down the field and scored a touchdown.
Yeah, 7
Um,
nothing,
they
boom, like
they
nothing.
they haven't scored. They haven't had the pass rush. I mean, Rousseau's very young, but you lose Von Miller. You lose Von Miller, the player, but you also lose Von Miller, the
The
person in the
leader,
huddle. Like he
like
gets
he
everyone on the
changes.
same page.
Yeah,
Like that championship pedigree. No, been there, done that. Knows what he's doing. Knows how to line everyone up. The Bills have lost it. I'm calling them pretender. I'm
yeah,
part of the
they're a
mafia, but
pretender to me. They're a pretender to me just because they can't run the football.
yep.
It's the NFL, for God's sakes. The championship teams of the last 10 years have been able to run the football.
Hmm.
They didn't have to do it all the time, but they could run the ball.
Yep.
And they played solid defense. So those are two things that they're missing.
Hmm.
And I to me, Cincinnati's a contender. If we want to
Contender.
go as contender, Cincinnati, major contender. They're a young team that, uh, God, it's just offensively crazy, and their defense has played so much better.
Yep.
So,
Got some
but they
injuries though,
it
but
got some
everyone does.
injuries, but they're the only team that doesn't have the Kansas City monkey on their back.
Yep.
They'll walk into Kansas City and beat Kansas City like it's nothing. So Kansas City has them on their back.
Yep. Exactly. It's mental now.
It's mental now. Like it's like okay, cool. Like Joe Cool comes in there with his cigarettes. Like, hey, what's up? Like I'm gonna.
Hmm.
Who are you? Patrick Mahomes, State Farm, whatever. Like who gives a crap about you? Like
Can't believe
cool.
he doesn't have a commercial deal yet,
He's got
does
no
he?
commercial deals.
Yeah, it's so weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
He is kind of a,
he's
like
weird. He's an
yeah,
oddball.
he's just a weird
He's just a
dude.
weird dude. Jacksonville or
Pre- pre-
Tennessee pretenders.
Pretenders.
They just don't have it.
Yeah,
I feel like Jacksonville next year, if they get another
definitely.
draft class, they'll definitely be a
They'll
contender.
be there.
They'll be an early contender for sure.
Hmm.
They definitely have the coaching staff.
Hmm.
Chargers. As much as I love watching them play, they still don't have it.
Yeah, they don't
Just
have
don't
it.
have
And
it.
Brandon Staley is gonna coach like Cliff Kingsbury did last year, and they might get embarrassed in the playoff game. Like,
Oh yeah.
hate to say it, but yeah,
Yep. Baltimore, as always, they're always a contender for the first round.
yeah, they're. But dude, like if they don't have Lamar, like Tyler Huntley has not scored touchdowns. They're winning
Yeah, they're
some of those games. They won that game against like Chicago. Was it Chicago that they won the game like 10-9?
10-9. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like they win games. They're not going to win a game 10-9 against Kansas City or Buffalo or Cincinnati or Jacksonville. Like it may be the Patriots, but they ain't playing the Patriots in the first round.
all right. I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom.
All right, I'm gonna just talk
Uh,
about other pretenders myself. So
no, we're not live.
oh okay.
Yeah. I did the at the 1:12 mark,
Okay.
so I can just delete
So you're
this.
gonna cut.
I'll be right back.
All right.
I'm back. 1:13:43. All right. All right.
Good.
Yeah. You ready?
So yeah, I'm
All
good.
right. Okay. We're at the Ravens. Who are we
Yeah,
at?
we just did Ravens.
And then
Patriots, Dolphins, Steelers. I think we can lump them together as whoever gets that last seed as a pretender
we
because
can
they have to
say,
go to Kansas City, Buffalo, or Cincinnati.
yeah, we'll say this. Out of the three, which one has the best opportunity to go to the second round?
Miami with Tua.
Miami with Tua. I don't know. I feel like if the Pittsburgh gets in the playoffs, they always go. They always have a just a roughneck grit mentality that will just grind it out and win that one in the first round.
Except last year when they had to play Kansas City and they got absolutely
Well,
rickrolled. So that's
well, different
that
quarterback.
yeah, different quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't buy Pittsburgh as a contender. I've seen Miami score like a lot and play good defense when Tua is healthy. But unless you guarantee me the Tua health, I won't pick them to win in the first round. Plus, if that 7 seed is going to have to go on the road to Kansas City, on the road to Buffalo, or on the road to Cincinnati, I don't think that I pick either one of those teams, either of those 3 teams versus either of the 3 teams that they're going on the road against. Like I can't
Yeah.
find an argument.
I tell you what, though, if New England or Miami has to go on the road to Buffalo, based off of what we've seen already from this year, those two teams have a better chance than Pittsburgh and
Yeah,
Buffalo.
that too, but also you did see Miami play in the weather. New England, God, Mac Jones sucks in the weather. Mac Jones
Mac Jones,
sucks
yeah,
entirely, but
yeah,
he cannot throw the ball at
not
all.
when it's
So
cold.
if it's windy or snowy, like New England's going to score like 12 points and on 4 25-yard field goals.
But New England's defense is pretty sound, man.
Yeah, they're
They're
good, but you got to score points to win.
yeah, that's true. Man,
The NFC is just
the NFC's loaded. The
yeah.
NFC's ridiculous. All right,
Mhm.
let's in our NFC
Let's
breakdown.
yeah.
Pretenders. Philadelphia
If they
Eagles.
have Hurts, they're a contender.
Hurts,
Contender.
healthy offensive line, healthy defense. I feel like their defense lost a lot of power with Jordan Davis leaving. He got
Yeah,
hurt.
I think he's coming back though.
And if he's back, they're a contender all day.
All they got to do is beat the Giants this week, and they get an extra week of
Get an
rest.
extra week.
So contender.
Eagles minus Jordan Davis, pretender. Eagles with Jordan Davis,
Contender.
contender. That's how I see them.
Okay.
That's how I see them.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like
Usually
there's
was
enough.
He was bad this week against New Orleans, but he was good enough against Dallas.
Yeah, it's all right.
So
So it's how it is. That's contender pretender for them. Next is Dallas, right?
yeah,
That wouldn't be Dallas. It would just be the. I'm just doing it based off of the playoff front.
if they if
So next,
if Dallas is going to Tampa, they are a pretender. If they play someone else, they are a contender in the first round.
yeah, just Dallas doesn't fare well in Tampa.
They're I don't it's the same
It's
thing with Kansas
like,
City
yeah,
and Cincinnati. It's mental.
it's mental. I feel like they've played what 2 times? They played twice last year in Tampa, or 2 times in 2 years, and they've lost.
Yeah, and they got smoked opening night, 19-3. Like
Yeah.
Tampa wasn't even good, but they just absolutely murdered them.
See, Tampa's one of those interesting teams. They remind me of the wild card Giants when the
When they
Giants
won
went
that
to the
run.
Super Bowl because they were hurt all year. Because that Giants team was very good defensively, and this Tampa team on paper with starters is very good, but they haven't had their full 11 out there all year, and they're getting everybody back healthy, and offensively they're getting everybody back healthy, and with Tom Brady, he's the goat. So they're scary at 8-8, coming off of pretty much just chilling all season long, and then getting hot at the right moment. So it's kind of like the Packers, same way.
Yeah, the Packers are dangerous if they play anyone but San Francisco.
My number one thing. So if we're doing contender pretender for Dallas, I man, it's just they look so good from time to time, but Dak, he's not been good with the ball.
He's turned it over, but that's what happens when you throw the ball a lot. Like, you're going to have to live with the
Like
turnovers.
they have to run the ball. Like their best team, best balanced games is when Dak throws it like 25 times max. Like when he's over 30 throwing, 30 attempts, you're getting into territory you don't want to be in.
Mhm.
Dak is a good 25 and under passer, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Mhm.
Pollard or Ezekiel Elliott running about 120 with 1 touchdown, getting the ball to CeeDee Lamb, getting the ball open to their guys. That's your best team, and letting your freaking defense do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
So,
But their defense has been banged up, too. Everyone's
they've
got
been
injured.
very banged up. It's the end of the year. It's the
Mhm.
end of the year. So it happens when you have 17 games.
Yeah.
So I believe in my heart. I believe they're a contender. They can do it. We've seen them do it. They just have to get their monkey off their back.
Yep. All right,
So,
let's rapid fire the
rapid
last
fire.
couple ones.
Last fire. Let's go. We got San Francisco. 3, 2, 1. Contender. Contender. With Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy. I
He's
want
the
to rock
truth.
and roll all night.
God, that guy
And
looks
Purdy
so
every
good.
day.
He looks so good.
He's so good.
God,
Like,
he's so
he
good.
just looks so confident. And their defense is so good. Their defense is good enough to make those 2 stops that we were talking about.
God, I can't wait to see Brock
I'm
Purdy
all in.
host.
I think I might go buy 49ers games merchandise to wear for the game.
I'll get my Jawan Jennings shirt jersey.
Yeah. Big,
he's
big
a
guy.
vital part of that offense.
Yeah,
he really
like
is.
he makes plays for them. It's crazy.
He's their go-to. He's like a hybrid tight end because he can block. He loves.
Well, that's the
physical.
thing. He's very, very good in the blocking game.
And
so
they
when
run the ball,
when they run the ball and they like see him just manhandle a dude, they're like, hey, like we got to get a play to him. Like let's reward him with a nice seam route or out route that he's going to be wide open on.
And he's always being covered by like a tiny corner.
Yep.
And he's just
like, oh, this guy's not George Kittle. Like,
it's just boom, dogs him, gets his first down. He can't blow anybody. He's not fast.
Yeah.
But he'll just dog you for the ball.
I love it. They're fun.
And then they got freaking Samuels coming back, Ayoko, freaking
CMC,
the offensive line.
It's beautiful. It's literally it's art. It's literally football
perfection.
Form.
God,
yes.
It's beautiful. Watching them play, it's just like
is what I look forward to.
I'm just like, this is beautiful. This is poetry in motion. This is awesome. So contender,
Yes.
chef's kiss. They are definitely. We don't need to talk anybody else, but
Vikings not. Did we do Minnesota?
We have done Minnesota.
Yeah.
No, Vikings are not a contender
Unless they play at 1 o'clock on Wild Card
unless
weekend.
it's 1 o'clock Wild Card weekend. Then that's about it.
Then maybe.
Giants, contenders, Seahawks. I
don't know. Giants contender. I like that they can run the ball. I like that Daniel Jones is very mobile in that game with Dayball. I think they're a dangerous first round team.
They're pretty dangerous first round.
Unless they play San Francisco.
Yeah, then
That's just like my asterisk.
Well, San Francisco's going to be playing Seattle.
Yeah, they're probably going to end up getting the 7 seed or the whoever has the 7 seed.
Seattle.
So Seattle
So
or
it's
Green
right now
Bay,
it's Seattle, Green Bay, or
or
Lions.
Detroit, and I think they'll smoke
If
all
they
of
play
those teams.
Detroit, they'll smoke them. If they play Seattle, it'll be a close game until the fourth, just because they played 3 times.
Hmm.
And then if they play the Packers,
It's over.
uh, it's just something about the best. It's always the Packers, Niners. They're always the best playoff games.
Yeah.
I can't. That
You know
would to
that
me
low
that would be
scoring game won a few. Was it last year? It was low
yeah.
scoring.
It's just what it is, man. You throw
Uh,
everything out the window
yeah.
if those two play. But no, they're my contender. They're my NFC champion to beat. I believe if they can go on the road or host. If they host, like let's say if who's number 1 seed right now? If Philly gets beat and they're the host all the way through,
Mhm.
they're winning. They're winning the whole thing.
Yeah.
I want to see Philly. I want to see Philly Niners AFC Championship game.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
That would be fun.
God, that would be fun.
in the link. Wow, that'd be hard for Brock, but I have faith.
I just think, just think of the defense in that game.
Hmm.
If Jordan Davis is healthy,
Yeah.
Niners Dallas game could be a possibility.
Mhm.
Watch the Bucks just sneak up in that bitch.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I really don't want it to happen.
Yep. All right. Here is the last thing before we go. AFC Championship game. Who's in it? Top of your head.
Kansas City, Cincy. Kansas City gets the monkey off their back.
Kansas City Super Bowl. All right. My AFC Championship game. It's going to be Kansas City and Cincy. Kansas City goes because they didn't go last year. AFC Championship game. 3, 2, 1, go.
You mean NFC?
Yeah, AFC. Yeah.
Yeah. San Francisco versus. Why did my voice want to go to the Vikings? That is disgusting.
You're in my head. I'm saying, you're in my
I
head.
wanted to
That
say
was mine.
Vikings. Oh my god,
That's mine.
I'll go San Fran, Philly, and give me the great 2020, well 2019, 2020. Shout out last big sporting event before COVID shut the world down. Give me the Kansas City San Fran rematch.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going a NFC Championship San Fran Vikings.
Wow.
And I like San Fran. I love it. But the Vikings, they'll be hosting. And this is the Kirk Cousins. There's something different about this Viking team. I've said it all year long. It's going to be the Vikings winning in a close game in Viking land.
Wow.
And it's going to be Vikings, Kansas City. What a fun little matchup.
Wow. It would be great.
Look at the colors.
It's a
The
fun,
colors.
yeah, that's a fun,
It's a fun color matchup.
That's a good uniform game.
And that in Arizona, that'll be a fun game. And then and then we'll have to give our picks later. But
Yeah.
I really think that would be a fun NFC AFC matchup.
Yep, it would.
Yeah.
Looking
Scott, this has
forward
been
to
fun, man. Guys, pretend. Continue to listen to the show on our pod and our YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, and follow so you get all those notifications. It's been another great recap show. And hopefully next week we'll have everybody back again. If not, we'll continue to put out content for you guys going into national championship game next week. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the last week of the season and seeing how our predictions played out
Could be
as
some
well.
bold takes.
Continue to look at our plays, our porch picks, and our porch plays. Right now, for our bull pick'em, I'm in third place. My wife is in third place, and my dad's in second.
Wow.
Next, it's going to come down to the last game, which is the national championship game. So, I don't know who my pick is, but my pick is in first. And then we're continuing to win in our straight up picks. and our Porch pick plays. So throughout the bowl season, we'll continue to give you those insider insights on those plays. More to come in 23. We'll go more in depth in those plays. But this year was a phenomenal first year. So if you go to our Instagram or our Facebook page, you can literally track our progression as the year went on through college football. When it comes to our picks, Scott was on fire. Jake was on fire. I am third in all that, and I was still did pretty good.
Yeah.
So we're not supposed, we're not here to make you money, but hey, if you want to throw down some parlays and have some fun, listen to us. We have an idea of what we're talking about, and we love football. We're super passionate about it. But till next time, this is Nate and Scott and Jake signing off. Peace.